20수년간 우리는 외쳐왔습니다.
I was become so sick after electric shock and all the beatings and torture. I'm now telling you all my living experience in the past.
Hello everyone, my name is Yong-soo Lee, who had been taken away in the middle of the night by Japanese military from home.
저는 한국에서 위에 오빠 한 분이고 밑에 남동생이 5이었습니다.
In Korea, I had 6 brothers, 1 older and 5 younger.
딸은 혼자입니다. 하나뿐입니다.
I was the only daughter.
15살에 밤에 끄게 갔습니다.
I was 15 when I was forcefully taken away at night.
객관적 역사적 사실입니다. 예를 들면 그 위안부를 동원을 해서 그 영업을 하는 사람이 있거든요.
네.
그리고 종군 위안부 중에서도 그러면 저는 종군 위안부로 안 그러고 군 위안부라고 이야기합니다만 그 위안부 영업자 중에서 조선인이 절반을 넘습니다. 그래서 조선인이 무슨 권력을 가지고 자기가 강제로 전부 동원했겠습니까?
여러분 반갑습니다.
We were told that we were going to make the clothes, but then that was the way how we were dragged. I went to Guangdong via Taiwan. Well, from there, everywhere the troops went, we went as well. First, it was Hong Kong, Malaysia, Sumatra. I do not remember how I went there, but I just know hearing the names of the places. We went to Indonesia, Java, Singapore, and we were treated like luggage. Years passed, and it was only when we reached Singapore when Japan lost the war. Ordinary days, there weren't that many soldiers, but on Saturdays from 12 o'clock to 5 p.m., on Sunday from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m., there were lines of men. So when Japan lost the war, when I was in Singapore, to hide the fact that we were comfort women, it was not something that civilians did for fun. They didn't go there for fun. It wasn't some ordinary thing.
そして韓国を火の海にしたんですから、きちんと謝って賠償しなくてはいけないんです。
日本は朝鮮を侵略して朝鮮の息子は軍人に娘は慰安婦にしました。
数多い志願者のうちから選抜されて晴れの入賞する生徒は前線からよりによった体格の良い意志堅固な青年ばかりでありますが、彼らは郷里の名誉と家名の誉れを担ってようやく出発します。
品の赤い用紙を手に浴びて思い任務の祖先を守りお国のためにお尽くしくだされてありがとうございます。私どもも日本婦人として朝鮮の従務につきますからその上ともご奮闘くださいませ。環状鍵盤ご縁心。
また千人針は街頭に判断し朝鮮婦人がどうか私にも一針縫わせてくださいと一筋の糸に女らしき真心を縫い込み至る所に内戦一体の花を咲かせまた千人力も聖人の筆に力強く大和魂をかけ慰問袋の作成は申すに及ばず朝鮮の娘や犠牲たちも熱性こもる慰問袋の手紙を毎日のように差し出しております。また愛国検査会を設けとづける日の終生の記念として身にも代え難き金のかんざしを国防献金にアテントするこの運動はやがて一般婦人に呼びかけられ金かんざしの持ち合わせなき婦人は献金袋を差し出すという積聖の表れには何人も深き感動を覚えずにはおられません。
My name is Reverend Bill Cruz. I'm a minister of the Uniting Church in Australia. The best way we can do that is by telling the story. By telling the story, and then the perpetrators have a choice of either ignoring it or apologising it, and we hope they apologise.
Where will these comfort women statues be placed in Australia?
Right out the front of our church.
Yeah.
Right out the front. So everybody walking down the street can see it.
When do we expect these comfort women statues to be established?
By the end of August.
Here in the village of Binhwa, South Korean soldiers who were part of the U.S. coalition rounded up 430 peasants and brutally killed them in November 1966. It was one of many mass killings.
The soldiers began to shoot and to throw grenades onto them, and some also used machine guns. Among them there were 21 pregnant women.
Phum Dao went into hiding and escaped, but he could hear the screams of the victims. He lost most of his family that day.
My parents, my wife, my eldest brother, one of my sisters, and 5 nieces and nephews were killed. After killing the people here, they also burned down all of the houses, and they killed hundreds of cows and buffalo.
Only 8 people who survived the massacre are still alive. Phum Dao says they still have bad feelings about the South Koreans.
I did not know why they were so barbarous. Our people are very afraid of the Koreans.
Những cái vùng mà ngày xưa của lính Hàn tác chiến, những nơi mà lính Hàn hãm hiếp con cái, để ra những đứa con vứt bỏ nơi đó. Cho nên chúng tôi tha thiết yêu cầu chính phủ, quốc hội, tổng thống Hàn nhìn lại.
Her pimp sold her to one of the brothels allowed by the government to serve American soldiers. On June the 25th, 64 years after the Korean War broke out, Cho joined 122 surviving comfort women, as they were called, in a lawsuit against their government to reclaim, they say, human dignity and proper compensation. The suit comes as an embarrassing distraction for the South Korean government, which has pushed Japan to properly atone for what it says were World War II atrocities, including forcing women, many of them Korean, to serve as sex slaves for its soldiers. The women claim the South Korean government trained them and worked with pimps to run a sex trade through the 60s and 70s for US troops, encouraged women to work as prostitutes, and violated their human rights. Formal recognition for the contribution made by the women and financial compensation.
The Korean War ended in 1953, but American troops remain in South Korea to defend against possible invasion from the north. 37,000 U.S. soldiers are stationed on 99 bases and installations in this most militarized region of the world. And surrounding each base and installation are camp towns, filled with bars, clubs, brothels, and over 27,000 women. In 40 years, over 1 million Korean women have worked in the military sex industry to service American soldiers. Their lives, however, are not part of the official U.S.-Korea history.
The owner decided I cannot make money for them, and then they took me to the campsite, which is 의정부. They sold that one of a lady.
개로 인해서 기준을 결국엔 들어오게 된 것이고. 그다음에 이제 저기 동기 채널로 팔린 거야. 그 아저씨가? 나를 팔렸어.
Investigation targets an Asian-based international criminal organization that is allegedly involved in the smuggling of young women into Canada for sexual exploitation. The victims from Korea and China received assistance from that criminal organization to enter Canada illegally. It is estimated that more than 500 women have been exploited by this prostitution ring.